Well, we're finally at the end of Rumble Garanndoll, and honestly, this was a really good episode. I think it's actually the best episode in the entire season. It's got good looking action, jokes about the mech genre, and nice homages to older mech shows too. It does feel a bit rushed at the end, like they did run out of time, and had to wrap it up quickly. But besides that, it's a great way to close out the season. It does leave the door open for a season 2, and it's a premise I actually like. So here's hoping they do continue the show. Although if there is a season 2, they're gonna need a bigger budget, cause I noticed a few animation mistakes in this episode as well. Nowhere near as bad as last week, but some shots they hold onto are terrible. Like during the big fight with the Garin against Akatsuki, it shows Balzac and Mimi in the command room, but they're like blobs with no faces, and it's a still image, and all you hear is voices and sound effects. It was really jarring and killed the mood for the fight. Speaking of the fights, they were great, but you can notice a lot of shortcuts. Like when one mech dashes forward for a hit, it would cut to black, and the next shot is the aftermath of the attack. That wasn't a total mood killer, because you could argue it works in a stylistic sense, but it was clear they were using up whatever money they had left, and had to do some tricks to cover that up. Since this is a season finale, I won't recap the plot details or spoil anything, but I will say that they wrapped up almost all the loose ends pretty nicely. Like I said earlier, they do leave the door open a bit for season 2, so there are still a few plot threads left hanging. Although the show doesn't get a season 2, I would say the ending still works as a standalone. One last thing I do want to mention is the flashback scenes with Balzac and Mimi. I love how they were handled and how much they actually showed. I kinda want a full prequel episode of their younger days when they were the Garin's pilot. It's a shame the show wasted so much time in general, cause they could have easily done that prequel episode instead of the random filler we got. But again, it was probably because of budget issues. So anyways, what do I think about this show in general? It's okay. Initially, I was really high on this show, but tons of pacing issues killed any hope I had for it. But this finale was actually really good. So good it salvaged the show for me. I feel like if somehow you dropped the show after a certain point, just go watch this final episode and call it a day. It has everything that made Rumble Garanndoll great in the beginning. And with that said, thanks so much for watching these reviews, even if it was for 10 seconds and you clicked out. I'll see you next time. Bye.